welcome everybody. My name is Arturo Blot. I am the technical manager of ZKTeco Europe, and welcome to this webinar that we are going to do today, and it's about BIOTIME 8, the BIOTIME 8 software. And what is BIOTIME 8.0? As you can see, it's as it says in the screen, it's a web-based time and attendance software. A web-based time and attendance software. What it means is a software that it is used for controlling time and attendance of the employees of a company, and is accessed to through a website. So and it works as a private cloud. What does that mean? The difference of what we showed yesterday about GoTime Cloud, didn't need an installation. This would need to be installed on a server. This software needs to be installed on a server and provides a web server from its own, so everybody or all the employees can access to the BIOTIME administrators. And as we are going to see next, we are going to see as an employee also can be accessed to interact with the software. As you can see here, what it says, BIOTIME 8.0 is a powerful web-based time attendance management software, provides a stable connection to ZKTeco standalone push communication devices by Ethernet, Wi-Fi, all the kinds of communication, also as a private cloud to offer employee self-service through mobile applications and web server. Here, what it says is that BIOTIME 8 is connected to the terminals via push communication. So as we will see later in the later part of this presentation, the devices that can be connected to BIOTIME 8 are the ones that have push communication, the ability to communicate by push. Most of the new devices that we have in our portfolio have these push communications available, and we will see them in the next screen. What is the advantage of using push communication? The advantage of using push communication is that it is the device that is connected to the software. So it's the device that looks for its server. So the networking configuration that is needed is much easier because it is very useful for installation that span multiple sites, multiple locations. Why is that? Because we don't need in the device side, we don't need a fixed IP in order to communicate. We will only need, and this is, there are solutions to that too, as we will explain, but we will need only a fixed communication, a fixed address to communicate in the server side. As you can see, the next, multiple administrators can access BIOTIME 8, so anywhere by a web browser. It can handle hundreds of devices, thousands of employees, and their transactions. As I said, it's a scalable solution that can be used for small installations and also for installations that span multiple countries, hundreds of devices, and thousands of employees. It comes with a user-friendly UI to easily manage timetables, shift schedules, and easily generate attendance reports. We will go back to this when we go to the software to show you how it works. Here, let's see with the features that has a BIOTIME 8, it's web-based, the auto synchronizations of fingerprints and templates by area. We will go back to this concept area, which is a very important concept of BIOTIME 8. We will go back about this. You can configure all kinds of shifts. It allows a self-service employee portal that is used for manual punches or for requests that the employee might have to the manager. For example, a manual punch that he forgot to punch, or in example, also a request of a paid leave. Maybe the employees are allowed a certain amount of paid leave, of paid days. Then we can use the web portal of BIOTIME 8 by an employee to request for this. It provides an email alert system. It provides simple access control functions. well, as we said in previous webinars, usually time and attendance solutions have a small access control site that can be used to configure for the functions that can be handled by the devices of time and attendance, and also the other way around. Access control solutions have a small part of time and attendance software. No? So it is the other way around. But it's good if it's this software, as far as I make, would not have the option, for example, to make lock systems or I don't know, interlock, what I said, or well, maybe advanced access control. But for example, for setting up multiple verification, so in order to open one door, it's two people for different groups. Needs two people of different groups to register in the terminal. Or, for example, you can configure a passback system, no? A simple passback system. Also have multi-level approval, so can approve by different levels of users. Has a real-time monitoring solutions that features that we have. We want to go to auto synchronization function. We will see this when we go into the software, the same area. We will see that how this works. Use private server, as I said, it's very useful for multiple locations that synchronize to the same server. It provides a system for email alerts, as you can see, that if one is a notification alert will be sent to the approver of one request for an employee, or for example, also can send an email to one of the persons that is defined, that with the information of how many people have come late to work. For example, this would be what would be one of the uses of this email. The same multiple administrator access level can be configured both ways. We can set administrators that can access only the information of one area, one set of employees, for example, to understand it better, or for all the employees, but only a certain part of the configuration. We can use both types of administrators. Okay, it provides a multi-level approval system, so one request maybe has to be approved by the system manager, a manager, senior manager, and when, in the example here, when it goes to the general manager, it's rejected. If for example in this situation, if the manager don't approve the request, then the senior manager don't know the existence of this request. Multiple shifts that can be selected. Also, we can create multiple shifts and that are selected automatically to the user depending on the punches, on the logs. So maybe I have one shift that goes from Monday to Thursday and a different shift on Fridays, which is something quite common. And depending on the punches of the employees, the system will know automatically if it's one day of the Monday to Thursday, or it's a Friday. As I say, it provides a portal for employees that can request, as we can see in this screen, one leave, one type of leave. We can see him is requesting a sick leave, so it's requested and it's registered on the system. It has many types of attendance calculations and reports, and that can be exported to all kinds of formats. Here are the access control solutions that have attendance push protocol that can use remote opening of door, cancel alarms, time periods, holidays, access groups, unlock combinations, a bit of simple combinations of access control. It includes a payroll system. This is quite interesting, that can create like the payroll that needs to be paid to the employees depending on the punches of the employees. I think this part of BIOTIME 8 we are not going to focus too much today, because well, we could make a separate webinar just about payroll systems. So well, it's good to know that that we have this possibility, and of course, if you need more explanation about this payroll system, we can make another webinar. We can make a private webinar for you, or a meeting, whatever. It's got a real-time monitoring, so we will see in real time the punches being done. Even includes the photo of the punch. So for the devices that include a camera, we will see the photo of the punch. Data management solution. We can see create backups and everything. And it includes a mobile application. As you can see, it provides a real-time attendance and with geolocation of the punches. And also, it's used to you can make a request. So it provides a notification real time, etc. Well, more functions of the attendance. One thing that we will explain later, that is, we can limit the punches done via the mobile app for the location. So I can configure it so it doesn't allow me to punch in a mobile if I am in a certain location. So I don't punch from my bed, for example. No, it would be a news for this function. But it has the notifications too that can be for employees, or notifications also that need to that appear in the device. Also, they can be public or private. So one public notification appears to all employees, and then one private just appears to a set or one employee. More of the requests that have this mobile application. The approval flow that is also can be used. The schedule that the employee can confirm when he needs to go to work. All kinds of applications that have this software for governments, for business side. Nearly, well, it's a software that is focused usually for big installations, but it is not real. It can be used for any kind of installation because it's very easy to use, and it's scalable. So it can be used for 10 employees or 10,000, as we will see. But the architecture of the system is it doesn't need a super powerful server, as you can see. It supports nearly all kinds of database types: Postgres, Microsoft SQL Server, MySQL, Oracle, and all types of Windows operating systems. This is important. Only it can be installed in a Windows server. And here is the hardware requirement. As you can see, it's not something that is too special. It's a normal server which can hold this software. And here is the devices that are supported. As you can see, most of the lines of the software that are provided by ZKTeco are available. Silk series, well, the MBs, the Visual